Saturday is the most pivotal day of regionals. Teams start to get eliminated from the NCAA Tournament in the day's first games, and the winners of the nightcaps put themselves in prime position to advance to Super Regionals, needing to win just one game over the next 2 days. 14 of the 16 regionals have gotten all 4 of their scheduled games, and Athens and Oxford are both behind due to inclement weather Friday. The hosts of 8 of those 14 regionals have already advanced to the regional final: Arkansas, Fayetteville, Florida, Gainesville, Minnesota, Minneapolis, North Carolina, Chapel Hill, Oregon State, Corvallis, Stetson, DeLand, Texas, Austin, and Texas Tech. Lubbock. In the other 6 regionals, however, upsets abound. Florida State became the first host to be eliminated, as the No. 7 national seed was knocked by Mississippi State on a stunning 3-run walk-off home run from Elijah McNamee. North Carolina State, the only other host to lose its opener, survived its elimination game Saturday with a 9-3 victory against Northeastern. North Carolina State on Sunday will be joined by several other hosts in elimination games. Saturday's final game was one of the day's most dramatic. Stanford and Cal State Fullerton were locked in a classic pitcher's duel in the Stanford Regional. 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th, Titans coach Rick Vanderhook called on freshman Jace "Jumbo" Chamberlain to pinch hit. He delivered his first career home run, a walk-off shot, for a 2-1 victory that sent Fullerton to the Stanford Regional Final for the 2nd year in a row. Stanford is set for an elimination game against Baylor. Friday delivered 2 big upsets as Stanford beat host Florida State and Army knocked off host North Carolina State. Neither No. 4 seed was able to double down on its victories, however, as Oklahoma beat Samford in Tallahassee and Auburn cruised past Army in Raleigh. South Carolina beat host East Carolina 4-2 in a much-anticipated showdown in the Greenville, NC, Regional. The Gamecocks scored 3 runs in the first inning to jump out to an early lead that the Pirates were never able to erase. AQ on Sunday will play UNC Wilmington in a rematch of Friday's opener. For the 2nd year in a row, Clemson was upset in a winner's bracket game at home by Vanderbilt, the No. 2 seed in the Clemson Regional. The Commodores got 5 scoreless innings out of their bullpen and did just enough offensively to edge the Tigers, 4-3. This is the 3rd straight year Clemson has hosted a regional and lost Saturday's winner's bracket game. It will take on St. John's in Sunday's elimination game. Washington outslugged host Coastal Carolina 11-6 to take control of the Conway SC Regional. Nick Call and Joe Wainhouse, the Huskies' 3- and 4-hole hitters, both homered in the victory. Washington is now 1 win away from advancing to Super Regionals for the first time in program history, while Coastal Carolina will take on Connecticut. Ace Watch. Several teams saved their aces for Saturday's ultra-important games, and they delivered in big spots. These games took on an added importance with the draft just 2 days away. And Gilbert, RHP, Stetson. Gilbert and Stetson rolled to a 10-3 victory against Oklahoma State to advance to the DeLand Regional Championship game. The right-hander struck out 14 batters and held the Cowboys to 2 runs on 3 walks and 5 hits. Gilbert has now struck out 157 batters this season. Casey Mize, RHP, Auburn, having held Mize in the first game only to see Army upset North Carolina State. Many wondered if Coach Butch Thompson might hold his ace again. He did not, and Mize helped keep the Tigers in the winner's bracket with a 12-1 victory. He allowed just 1 run, a solo home run from John Rossoff, and struck out 11 batters in 7 innings. Ryan Rollison, LHP, Mississippi. Rollison wasn't purposefully held for Saturday, but when heavy rain washed out play Friday in Oxford, the left-hander got pushed back a day. He delivered a solid start against St. Louis and its ace Miller Hogan to beat the Billikens, 9-2. Rollison struck out 13 batters and held SLU to 2 runs on 4 hits and 3 walks. Hogan was knocked out after giving up 9 runs, 6 earned, in 3 innings. Brady Singer, RHP, Florida. Singer missed his last 2 starts due to a strained hamstring but showed no ill effect Saturday in a 3-2 victory against Jacksonville. The right-hander struck out 6 and walked 1 in 7 innings to improve to 11-1, 2.27 and send the Gators to the Gainesville Regional Championship game. Around the Horn, Texas took control of the Austin Regional with an 8-3 victory against rival Texas A. All-American second baseman Cody Clemens homered twice in the game and is now hitting .344, .432, .700 with 21 home runs. Texas has shaken off last week's 0-2 showing in the Big 12 Conference Tournament well and is now just a win away from its first Super Regionals appearance since 2014. Oregon State easily dispatched Louisiana State in a 14-1 victory in the Corvallis Regional. The game was a matchup from last year's College World Series, when LSU got the better of Oregon State. But on Saturday it was all Beavers. All-Americans Caden Grenier, Nick Madrigal, Trevor Larnach and Adley Rutzman combined to go 10 for 20 with 9 runs and 4 RBI.